What is vibing? This is Vish, and today I'll be responding to Sadhguru's video on believe in yourself? You're crazy. Also, to those of you that are new, if you could hit that subscribe button, I would greatly appreciate it. I'm a meditation coach and I've guided hundreds of people on their meditation journeys. If you have any questions as to how to start, or even want a one-on-one lesson with me, either comment down below or message me on Instagram at VishVibes. Sadhguru is a yogi, mystic, and visionary. He has been enlightening the world and has truly enlightened the spiritual path of the self. He drops nuggets after nuggets of wisdom, and the spiritual practices and programs that he's taught is really making a profound impact on not only me, but the world. The self is truly grateful for his presence. Now, this does seem like an interesting title. Let's see what he has to say about believing yourself.
In our society, there is a bias towards skill, against skill. We try and believe that being a babu in a railway station is probably a better job than being a retail employee. I think that's a huge need of the country at this point of time, and I've heard that the Principal Secretary of Skills of Maharashtra is here. I personally believe that if you are confident about yourself, the world will change itself. I would like you to comment on this because it's very relevant to some very hard-working people here, that they get the respect in society and they learn to self-respect themselves in the years ahead of us.
The world respecting you is the quality of the world around you. If they are that kind, they will respect you.
Just a quick comment the self wanted to make, and this relates to what Sadhguru has talked about in other videos. A lot of the times, people tend to think that they're not respected, they're not loved, and they're not cared for by others, and it tends to create this false sense of loneliness. The reality is, every waking second, whether or not we're with another human being, this earth, this planet is in constant interaction with the self. Meaning, even the breath that we have, which is what is keeping us alive, is coming from the trees. And literally, without the trees, we cannot live. So we are constantly in connection with this earth, and we are all in union. It is just simply about the awareness and realization that we are all one, and that we must be here together.
But I know a lot has been said about this, but you respecting yourself, I think is a little crazy. Respect is between two people, but I'm asking anybody here, isn't respect between two people? That you respect somebody for who they are. I respect myself, you must be mad, because these things, like this is a big thing, in America, people are saying, all these days they used to say, I believe in God. Now they say, I believe in myself. All these days they used to say, I love you to somebody. These days they have started saying, I love myself. See, to love, to believe, to respect, you need two. If you have become two within yourself, for sure you're heading for madness.
Yeah.
If you really become two, then we say you're schizophrenic, isn't it? So, this has been worked in so many different ways by religious people, by new age philosophers, all kinds. I love myself, I respect myself, I believe in myself, me and my ego, me and my soul, all kinds of things. I'm asking you, all of you, within your body, are you one person or two people? Please make up your mind right now.
I would say
one or two. So, this self-respect business has to go because this will lead to all kinds of expectations. I respect myself, I think I'm a big guy. Now I expect you also to treat me like that. When you don't, I will become resentful, angry, all kinds of things. There is no need for me to respect myself. But if I respect somebody, it may not even be because of their quality, it is because of my quality I respect somebody, isn't it? See, you looking up to something not necessarily mean that that person is in a fantastic place. It is just that you're in a place of learning, you're in a place of moving upward in your life, so you're looking up. You're looking up to something means you're moving upward. If you're looking down upon something means you're moving downward, isn't it? So, respect is between two people. I don't see how it is applicable. Within myself, I respect myself, I believe myself, I love myself. These are all statements of the insane.
Wow, that was a very interesting video, and the self is still trying to digest what he said. It's interesting to note how there's 3 layers as the self is observed in spirituality. There's a surface level unconscious, there's a mid layer, intermediate between unconscious to conscious, and then finally the deeper layer, or the deepest layer, which is the conscious. And it is a process. It's not the easiest to just jump from the top layer to the bottom layer. It takes time. And so that is why, if you look at the teachings of other spiritual teachers, whether it's Eckhart, for example, he talks about the egoic mind a lot. And the self, honestly, in the spiritual journey, has been making this distinction that there is the egoic mind, saying to do this, saying to do that, having all sorts of unconscious thoughts. And this is significant because it helps create that separation and that detachment from that mind and from that body. However, the reason this is important is because a lot of the times people have identified themselves with the body, with the mind, and everything the mind and the body says and does and thinks and feels, you become one with. And that would lead to a bunch of unconscious behavior because you're completely identified with it. So that's the first layer. The second layer, where you do create that separation, is a very important part of this process. However, the deeper realization is that the creation of the separation between the self and the I and the mind and the body and all of these things really are just a virtual creation, and that there isn't really a difference, meaning the egoic mind is a part of the self. That is important to realize. The reality is the egoic mind is not a complete separate entity. It's not even an entity, it's not even real. This might be sounding a little confusing, and to be honest, it is because the self is still trying to connect the dots with Eckhart's teachings and Sadhguru's teachings, and even just the teachings and realizations of the self. That is just a general reflection I had with regards to the overall message Sadhguru was trying to provide. Now, it is also crucial to note that he talked about belief a lot, and belief, as Sadhguru describes, is really just like a blind assumption to something that you don't know is true. Belief does have certain good qualities, like providing hope. However, it still is a blind assumption. It takes away from the awareness. Awareness is all about realizing what you know and you can experience, not making assumptions about things that are made up and not true and you don't have backing towards. So even the idea of saying that I believe in myself, or I believe in that, I believe in this, they're really just assumptions being made and you don't have any direct proof. It is important to always have the option to say that you don't know something, or that I don't know something. The moment you say I don't know, you're not only showing the level of humbleness that you have, but more importantly, you're opening the doors to the possibilities of what the truth may be. So don't believe in everything I'm saying, don't disbelieve everything I'm saying. I encourage you to practice it on your own and have that realization. Thank you so much for watching. Take this joyfully, make it a great day, and stay conscious.